Yo, I genuinely believe that shooting any type of Mando figure is probably the hardest shit ever, man. Just with all that armor reflecting all that light, trying to get the right lighting and the right angle. It's really difficult, man, but I still give it a try. Alright, guys, let's go ahead and get this episode started. Alright guys, real quick, there's the first shot of the month. I went ahead and went with something pretty simple, man. No props, no dials, nothing added to this, because I just wanted to show you guys how simple it is to really get a shot going. And for all of you who are trying to get into toy photography, man, you don't need much. You know, just go ahead and get some good lighting. In this case, you guys can see my setup. I got 2 key lights in the back, then I got light right here lighting the guys in the front, and I have this light kind of pointing off so it doesn't really point that harsh onto the figures, man. And a good background, and that's all you need. So as you guys can see right here, I have, you know, Iron Man kind of busting through a group of AIM soldiers trying to get away from them. Kind of looks like they were ganging up on him. And just wanted to do something simple, you know, add a little bit of a purple light to give it an effect. The back for MODOK. And yeah, man, it's all about, you know, framing. You know, I'm gonna keep it tight and simple. And, you know, I have a pretty bad background in my opinion, man. It's an Iron Man cover, but the only thing you're gonna be seeing is that, you know, ray, you know, light of, you know, sorry, that light ray. That's the only thing you're gonna be seeing. So, you know, keep it tight here, take the shot, and that's what matters, man. Even sometimes, you know, bad posing all around, no one's gonna be seeing that shit. It's all about keeping it tight and getting the right shot. Alright guys, let's switch it up a bit. Switching it up a bit. Just wanted to give it a different look, man. Try a different Iron Man. A little bit of Alex Ross armor. Probably my favorite armor in recent comics, man. The armor design is really cool, meshing the modern with the classic. But Marvel Legends really dropped the ball with this guy, man. They kind of really dropped the ball. That's all I gotta say. I wish it was better, but that's about it. Oh well, man, I'm not really liking this shot I took with this particular figure. He looks a little awkward. I'll probably stick to the original. Alright guys, on to the next.
Nice.
Alright guys, that was a package from Premium Bandai. I got Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 here. Yeah, man, quick impressions on the figures. You know, I was able to actually mess around with them a little bit firsthand this time before I got around to kind of recording my thoughts about them and taking a few pictures. And overall, man, I'm a fan of the figures. You know, just quick, straight to the point, man. These figures are really fun. They have a superb fun factor, man. A bunch of fun factor with these figures, man. You get multiple hands, you get multiple heads, you know, with these figures. That's the usual per SHF. But overall, these figures are just, you know, fun, man. You know, I really enjoyed the Dragon Ball superhero movie. And, you know, I was a big fan of these designs, you know, from Toriyama. And I just think that the whole Red Ribbon Army, you know, uniform with like the superhero aesthetic really hits it for me, man. And you know, it's a fun figure. Now, aside from the aesthetics themselves and whether you're a fan of the movie or not, these figures articulate really great, man. These figures, just articulation is straight to the point, man. You know, they're a little different from usual SHF, man. They're a little skinnier, you know, as androids. You know, their limbs are a bit skinnier, so they're able to, you know, do a little more things. You know, they're able to feel a little more smooth, in my opinion. They're just fun overall figures to play with, man. You know, I was able to play with them firsthand before I you know, put my thoughts together this time, and I think that these figures really killed it, man. I might even say that they're my favorite so far from the SHF line, man. You know, top articulation from the line, in my opinion, and maybe challenged by Super Saiyan 4 Goku, just because he's so bulky yet articulates so well. But just overall, being flexible and dynamic, these guys definitely take the cake. Doesn't mean that they don't have their cons. I'm not really a big fan of how the pistols are kind of set up. Just that might not be a band, a SHF issue. It might be more of a design issue, how the pistols are so big. The good thing about them is that they're on a swivel, so you can kind of move them out of the way, but they still kind of get in the way when you're trying to provide almost of a relaxed pose as I have here, man. I can't have them with their full hands down just because the pistol does get in the way. Another con that I'm not really a fan of is those capes. Now, don't get me wrong, dude. These are probably the better capes in all the Dragon Ball SHF line, from Piccolo to Turles to Majin Buu. Even Sarvan's cape, man. These guys, just their capes are awesome. They're simpler, they're articulate a little better, and they just look a little better when it comes to anything plastic capes. But still, it's a con, man. Those capes fall too easy. Another issue that I have is maybe when it's articulating, it's so smooth and like kind of easy to articulate across that sometimes it doesn't look natural. But then you can kind of hand that off to them being androids. So, I mean, it's a give or take, man. Overall, I had a great time with these figures, man. Taking the whole DLC apart, which nobody liked. If you're a fan of the superhero movie, these are definitely figures I can recommend. I'm having a blast with them. And I think they come with a good amount of accessories. And, they provided me with my favorite Gohan head, man. So, yeah, definitely recommend this fix, man. Like, this thing, I can't express it enough how fun they are. Alright guys, real quick, I just want to show you off that new head that came with Gamma 2 for Gohan, man. Yeah, man, this head is really dope. Probably my favorite new look for Gohan, man, overall. Not just from the movie, but from the manga and everything, man. That new hairstyle really fits the character, and gives him a little bit in touch with his Saiyan roots. Another cool thing that SHF didn't have to do, man, but they hella killed it, is they made these glasses removable, man, which is really freaking dope, if you ask me. It's a really cool choice from them, man, to make this shit removable. Can't really come into focus right now, but yeah, man, having a really fun time with this little extra pieces for Gohan. I'll probably show you guys what it looks like with the glasses and the pictures, but yeah, man, I just also wanted to touch real quick that there's an interesting new thing going on in the wrist joints for these Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, man. It looks like there's two ball joints. So it's a ball joint that goes from the wrist into the arm itself, that makes it almost float, unlike the traditional SHF ball and hinge joint. So I just wanted to touch on that real quick. And also another gripe that I forgot to mention is those shoulder pauldrons, kind of like coverings to cover the joints. Those things keep popping off, man. They get stuck. So that's another kind of con to that shit. But other than that, awesome figures, man. All right, on to the next.
Nice.
Alright guys, real quick, that was actually a package from Big Bad Toy Store, man. They actually shipped my pile of loot for last month. I did get a few things, including this John Constantine and this Dart Maul. Quick thoughts on the figures, man. I like the John Constantine. He's a pretty dope figure, you know. It still has a few, I still have a few gripes with it, you know, mainly around the trench coat. The trench coat kind of kills it for me, man, just because the articulation is really limited by it, especially when you compare it to Atticus Doom. Well, full disclosure, I don't own the figure, but from the pictures I've seen and just all the posting I've seen a few people online, it looks like it gets way more range than this John Constantine, man. You know, just the tailoring in the pants for the John is pretty good. You know, the shirt is pretty dope that you can actually move the tie around, so you can kind of give it an effect of like waving in the wind. But that trench coat is just really limiting in my opinion, man. Yeah, I can show you guys real quick what I'm talking about. Like, this thing can barely move in there. It kind of sucks that they were able to pull such a dynamic look for Atticus Doom, and John Constantine kind of gets the tail end of the stick, man. If you guys can let me know in the comments if you own both the Atticus and the John Constantine. Maybe I'm wrong. If you guys think that the John Constantine actually moves better than the Atticus Doom, let me know in the comments. But so far, man, that's kind of been my experience with him. Kind of wish that he was a little more articulated with the trench coat, just because he is a little, you know, that's his kind of iconic look for him. So it's kind of difficult to really kind of argue that that he's supposed to be that limited in the look, you know. I want him to do a little more dynamic posting, just because you guys know this is mainly a photography channel. So it kind of sucks that now he's not able to hit those poses. Other than that, man, without the trench coat, his articulation is great, man. Probably one of the better articulated Mezco figures I own. Other than that, his accessories, as usual, pretty amazing. Mezco killed it. You know, he comes with everything you would want from a Hellblazer main character, like you know, John Constantine. And it looks like it's gonna be fun to really photograph him, man. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, man, overall, you know, the head sculpts are great, articulation is great. The only thing holding it back is definitely that trench coat. Now, moving on to my second pickup from that pile of loot, and that's going to be this guy right here, Darth Maul from the Black Series Clone Wars. Main thoughts on him first. Man, this figure definitely disappointed me. I'll say it right off the bat, man. If you're not a Clone Wars fan, you don't need to get this figure. They really dropped the ball on him. Well, I'll give him props that the single joint right here. Let me show you guys real quick. The single joint does go pretty far. Not exactly a double joint, but, you know, far enough. They really dropped the ball on such an easy thing, man. And that would be a double jointed knee. Look, you guys can see there's literally sculpt in his sorry about that, there's literally sculpt in his metal legs, man, to put a, you know, double jointed knee without really breaking the sculpt, and they couldn't even do that, man. Like I said, I have a, you know, it's just, it sucks, man. Black Series is really losing me, and it's been losing me little by little. I'm pick and choosing now, you know, characters that I know I'm not gonna get from import lines. So I mean, this Dart Maul was definitely a disappointment. Definitely photogenic, man, though. Like, the head sculpt is good. You know, you can definitely photograph him, but I don't see myself doing a lot of dynamic posing with them. All right, let me get these guys out of the way. Some other stuff I picked up from the pile of loot on BBTS. More Black Series. I got Ayla Secura right here to get the 227th, I believe, or 327, one of the two. 327th Bly's, you know, Air Corps. So yeah, so I just wanted to go ahead and complete my Jedi console, you know, also do the Clone Wars thing, and kind of, you know, complete my DTOF there. So I did bite the bullet for this one right here. Another thing I picked up on there was the Mythic Legion's Half Giant, I believe it is. Yeah, man, dope figure. For a half giant, I'm definitely excited to use him. He's mostly gonna be probably background character for my Conan. So you'll probably see this guy definitely fighting my Mezco Conan pretty soon. Another thing I picked up from that, let me go and fix this real quick. Another thing I picked up from that pile of loot was this Anya right here. Pretty excited to complete everything for my Spy family. I already have Twilight, so I hope to just get the mom and kind of complete that little team up for that anime. And I got myself the Inquisitor just to complete my Inquisitorium and kind of have that Darth Vader have his boys. So yeah, man, that was my pile of loot. Let's go ahead and start taking pictures of these bad guys.
Same energy. Work on being better when I'm 70. Your drip is just a water spring. You know I drip different, just the 7 seas. I deal with life different, make that lemon squeeze. Went off for my style and identity. Better bounce back and get the cheddar cheese. I guess that's why they envy me. On track, now we gon' way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Way up, pray up. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going.
Forgot to mention this last time, but these hand sculpts are horrible, man. They're horrendous. Another point for screw-ups for the Black Series team. If you ask me, these things can't even hold the lightsaber correctly, man. No interchangeable hands. I don't know, man. Black Series has really taken a dip since the early days.
Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Pray up. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going.
Play no games, no way. 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 I can't play, yo way. My bills paid, you can't tow away. Day to day, I'm on go. I got babies, they got needs and I'ma meet them. I got babies, so I clothe them and I feed them. I got babies, living angels, they're no demons. I got babies, you meet God if you mistreat them. Play no games, no way. 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 Got me paid, for sure. Rapid work, those pay. Year to year, every year, you know it. Got no TikTok, not a flash, it's everlasting. I don't rock none, if I see you busters have them. I'm athletic, I wear track pants, never matching. I'm a baller, watch me euro to the basket. Play no games, no way. 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 No way. No way. No way. No way.
Nice.
Alright guys, that was a package from 78, man. I actually got the rooftop dial from him, man. I can't express how excited I am to have this, man. You know, I've been waiting for a minute to have a rooftop dial in my collection. You know, I've always been jealous of all these guys in the toy community and just, you know, toy photography, being able to build out these layouts, these cities, and just kind of their own little kind of world with these rooftop dials, man. And you know, I was just kind of wishing to have one of my own, and I was able to, you know, snag one from 78. And just the possibilities are awesome, man. You know, you can try to recreate as much as you want the rooftop kind of scenery with a bunch of pieces you have, and you know, kind of put it together, but nothing beats having an actual rooftop dial, man. And I'm really happy to finally have one in my collection. You know, 78 styles are always superb, man. You know, awesome detail. He definitely does great brickwork. You know, even the clock in the background, man. Like, who would have thought that, you know, he could put that much detail into this kind of clock tower, man. And just even the windows, you know, you can do some light piping through it, and it just kind of builds this awesome center for creativity, and just kind of a bunch of options, and just being able to experiment, man, with this dial. And I'm definitely excited to go ahead and try to experiment a little more with this dial and get a little more you know, hands-on. And on top of that, man, 78 provides you not only the versatility and, you know, just the you know, be able to break it down and just kind of store it, but like also accessories, man. Like, my man provides you a whole fire exit that can be collapsed, man. Like, this thing is collapsible. Like, it's just it's modular. Like, it's great stuff, man. I'm really excited to try it out. Like, look at all the accessories, man. He does not need to provide all this stuff, yet he provides quality and quantity, man. Like, this thing is great work. This little, you know, electric box. He gives you 3 air ducts, so he gives you this large one, which is freaking amazing. Let me go and put that away. And then he also provides 2 little ones, man. Like how much more can you ask for, man? You also get a chimney that can itself kind of recreate its own little building if you guys know how to use it correctly. Like, look at this thing. Great work, man. And on top of that, one of the main biggies that, you know, a lot of people tend to use in their displays is the water tower, man. And he's able to provide that for you. Like, look at this thing. He provides you a whole water tower, all collapsible, man, all able to store easily. You know, you can't ask for much more. So I'm excited definitely to start playing with this thing, man. You know, see what possibilities it brings to my photography and how it elevates it, man. So let's go ahead and get a few shots in finally. Quick, showing you guys another option. You know, it's pretty fun to play with these things, man. You don't need the full dial sometimes, just kind of use a few props. And I don't think a lot of, you know, diorama makers can say that only on their props they can get shots off, man. But 78 killed it with this one. Alright guys, real quick, I have another setup here. Just trying to showcase a little bit more of 78 style, man. And, you know, all the fun factor that comes with it. The fact that you can remove the back piece of the clock tower and add your own background, as you guys can see I did right here. Adding that moon. It really gives a lot of, you know, versatility and a lot of fun with your options when it comes to figure displays, man. So, yeah, I just want to show you guys how many options you really get with one dial, man. Really great stuff. Another quick shot here, man. Can't stop having fun with this damn dial, man. There's just the fun factor, how dynamic and modular it is. It's open to so many possibilities, man. I'm having such a blast with this thing. Like, look, I literally broke it apart and made everything else its own set piece to really create the world of, you know, an alleyway rooftop. And it's just, I don't know, man. I'm just amazed by how well you can use this dial. And I'm having a blast. A little bit of Gotham action here with Catwoman and Batman. Alright, man. Let's keep it going. Alright guys, real quick, just wanted to showcase real quick these stands I've been using all episode, man. I actually purchased these stands from Los Viking Collectibles. Go ahead and check him out on Instagram, guys. He's selling a few sets. I think he sells them either in a set of 7 or 9. Can't really remember at the moment, but they're definitely nice stands, man. I've been using them all episode, and he does this real cool thing where, like, let me go ahead and see if you guys can see. He does this real cool thing where he, like, actually covers them in, like, rubber. This one's kind of peeled off, so it's a little better on this one right here. But he actually covers them in rubber so you guys don't damage your fig. And, you know, you guys can see this one's a bit used. So eventually it will peel off. But he was able also to do something for me, which was sand the tips so I could use them with my Mezcos. I specifically asked for that, and he was able to hook me up with that option, man. So that was nice of him. Yeah, so these are a few lines you can actually, you know, set them up with. I try to, you know, get a little variety of lines, anything from Mayfix to SHF to a bit of McFarlane and Mezco, some Figma Legends. You know, I just wanted to kind of show you guys off, you know, just a little plug and play. You still need to be careful because it will scratch once the rubber does peel off, but overall, they're nice, nice stands, man. My only gripes, I guess, would be that with heavier figures, it tends to kind of have a little bit of an issue. They tend to warp a little bit, but it's not a big deal. You can always fix them. And I kind of wish that the base was a little bigger, but then again, it's not a big deal. They still stand just fine, as you guys can see right here. Real quick, just wanted to show you off a quick setup I had here, man, and show you guys that you don't need a lot, man. Just, you know, minimal stuff, just kind of like a crate in the front, a little bit of a water tower in the back, and the rest is all lighting, man. As you guys can see, I'm literally using my desk, kind of trying to just use the angles, man, so you guys don't see the ground, and kind of just focus on Batman. I'm using 2 key lights in the background, kind of just shining down on them to kind of create this kind of, you know, rim light yellow hue. Have a light directly shining on his face to kind of represent like other lights, maybe like off in the distance, and then I have a light right above him to kind of create a spotlight on Batman. But yeah, man, simple setup. The only thing you really need is a shitload of lights, man, and a good posing, and you should be good to go. Finally decided to break out this Batmobile right here, man. I've been wanting to shoot it for a minute, and you know, with the announcement of the ramen racer, and then the 89 Batmobile kind of got me excited to try and finally shoot it. I've had it for a while, and you know, finally broke it out. But yeah, man, really enjoying this car. Definitely need to try to fit Batman in there. Can't wait for that Robert Pattinson Mezco Batman to come in so I can pair these two together. All right.
Nice.
That was a package from Mezco with the Dead Adder in it, man. So first quick impressions, I want to say the figure's fun. You know, it has some fun factor to it, man. The sculpt is nice, but you know, it's lacking a lot of stuff as well, man. I just feel like Mezco has lately been dropping the ball on their cloth goods, man. Those pants, as you guys can see, they're being stretched, man. They're super tight, makes it difficult, especially for a ninja character like you would expect Dead Adder to be. You can barely put him in a running pose, man. So I don't know. You know, like I said, pros, you know, Mezco still gives you all those good accessories, awesome head sculpts. You know, the figure looks really nice. If you guys just want to have him in a regular, just standing pose, the figure will do just fine, man. But if you guys want to get some action poses as you would expect from a ninja, that's not much you could do, man. Mezco, I don't know. It's just, lately it looks like they've been cutting corners to me. But I'm still hopeful. You know, I'm still going to wait out for that Superman and see how I feel about it. But so far, man, I don't think Mezco's instant cop anymore, man. I think it's about time we start really pick and choosing what we want with our figures. One of the main issues here, honestly, man, is the fact that like this figure's just pouches all over the place, man. Not only the limitation articulation, but the pouches themselves are always just falling apart, man. It's frustrating to even try to get a picture done. I don't know, man. It's just, it has a lot of fun factor, but that fun factor gets ruined when you're struggling to get all the accessories on the figure and it doesn't stay still. Like, even look at the bandolier, man. That thing is too loose. I don't know if I'm not adjusting it correctly. You guys want to go ahead and leave in the comments if you guys were able to, you know, put on all these pouches with no problem, but I'm definitely having issues. Alright guys, I'm going to show you my general setup I usually have. Sometimes I tweak it for each shot depending on the requirements, but this is kind of the general big idea of how I usually have my lights set up before I do a shoot. I know my homie Bancho on Instagram, man. If you guys don't follow him, go ahead and follow him on Instagram. I'll probably leave his Instagram on the description, but he's been trying to get into some figure photography, man. And you know, if anybody out there's trying to get into figure photography, man, or you guys watch my videos and are kind of interested in, like, you know, trying this by yourself, you know, just, you're always welcome to hit me up on Instagram, man. The more people that try figure photography, the more people that are playing with their toys, it just helps the community, man. It just kind of, it makes me happy to see people really out there trying their hand at figure photography, like my homie Bancho, man. He's definitely trying out there. I'm proud of him for giving it a try. So let's go ahead and go over the setup for him. So this one's for you, Bancho. So what I mean when I'm telling you the triangle, man, is exactly what I mean. So we have two key lights in the back, all focusing on the subject. Now the whole purpose of those two lights is to bring out the detail in the figure and also kind of bring out the hue of the figure, right? Outline it. You can't really see it in video as much. You'll see it better in camera, and you can't see it as well in the cloth of the figure, in this case of the Dead Adder, but you can definitely see it in its face. If you guys kind of like check it out, each side kind of has a, you know, the outline and the details of the sculpt are coming out because of the lighting, man. And that's the whole purpose of those two back lights. Then we have one light up here. Now this light up here, the whole purpose of that is to just kind of bring an overall brightness to the scene, just so you can still see the subject of the figure, right? What's the whole purpose of having the outline figure but you can't even see the details in the front? Then I have another light up here. This little light right here is so it kind of brightens the left side of the shot. So you can't just have, you know, a hue from the top of the figure. Sometimes you can to give it an effect, but most of the time you want to have another light source to your left to kind of even it out. And then finally I have a little, I forget what it's called. It's not Lume Cube, just a hand light down there, man, to kind of give it that red hue effect to really add to the shot, man. You can either do color lights or you don't have to, but you know, it's a nice option you do have. So yeah, man, that's kind of the setup, Bancho. Usually this is what I do. I either tweak it depending on what I need, but yeah, man. And then you can go ahead and play with your lights. If you guys don't know, Bancho's actually starting a YouTube channel, man, so you guys be on the lookout for that. I'll put the link to the, well, I'll put his Instagram in the description. You guys go ahead and give him a follow and wait for him to drop his content. All right, Bancho, hope you got a little bit out of this about the triangle, so that's dope. All right, guys, that's it for me. It's been another episode of Dynamic Saturday. Just want to go ahead and thank everybody that actually makes it to the end of the videos, man. You guys taking time out of your day to come hang out with me, you know, hang out in the channel, you know, check out the video, you know, just, you know, hear me talk about my displays, what I picked up this month. It means a lot to me that you guys actually make it to the end of the video and just enjoy the channel, man. So, you know, appreciate you. Also want to give another shout out to Major Reaction and Junketsu, man. Major Reaction does some pretty cool videos on the Mythic Legions. So he does some Mythic Legions videos, and pretty sure he'll start soon making some Savage Crucible videos once those drop, man. And Junketsu does some cool Kamen Rider shorts, man. So I'll go ahead and give you guys the links down below so you guys can check them out. Appreciate y'all for commenting, man. So that means a lot to me. I know you guys commented on the last video I dropped, so thank you for taking the time to drop a comment, man, and just hang out on the channel. Also, go ahead and check out the Lost Cause boys, man. I actually was on their last episode. I believe it was episode 43. I might be wrong. Little Lost Cause collective right here, man. So yeah, check out the guys, man. They're always covering most of the news, most of the toy news, man. It's just a fun time going on there with the guys and just, you know, talking shit, talking figures. It's always a fun time. We actually lasted 4 hours last time, man. So you guys go ahead and check out that long episode, man. Definitely a lot of news to talk about, and we talked some Star Wars. So if you guys want to check it out, I'll go ahead and leave the link down below as well. Overall, man, yeah, so that's it. You know, I appreciate you all that take the time. Like I said, shout out to 78, man, for letting me get one of his dials. I've had so much fun with that shit. And yeah, man, so that's been another episode. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Like I said, don't forget to check out my other videos, man. I keep dropping some shorts. The Final Shot, that's a little new series I got going, where I just kind of dropped most of the pictures I did this month, if you guys don't want to listen through me going through my hauls and all the shit I talk on here. So yeah, man, so look forward to the next episode I'll be dropping next month. And subscribe, man, if you guys enjoy this content. Little shout out to Bancho. I'm also gonna link Bancho's shit, man. He's gonna start a YouTube channel, but I'll probably link his Instagram soon. But yeah, I'm out of here, guys.